again, it's very important that any partnership that we make has a real world use, and actually can live here. You know, there's companies like World Mobile, like Zebec, that will actually survive a bear market because, in fact, they will thrive on a bear market because people still need to pay, people still need to connect, people still need to talk, people still need to transfer to get paid. So just deeper and deeper interactions, understanding further.
It's your boy Crypto Billy back with another Zebec Network update, ticker ZBCN. I bought some more Zebec. So I did buy some more Zebec on this dip. What I'm personally doing is I am gradually DCAing. You can see that we did get our ultimate RSI cross. Now, my theory here is that Solana is starting to pick up a lot of strength. Solana went from like $184 to $200 overnight. And yes, you know, we've been talking about this ultimate RSI, and we did get an ultimate RSI cross here on the weekly for Zebec. Zebec is one of those projects, though, that I believe can really take up a lot of market share, whether it's a bear or bull market. In fact, they just partnered with WMT World Mobile. I would go personally check out that Twitter space that they did, because it gives you a lot of insight on why a lot of the companies value Zebec and feel like Zebec could be a runner regardless of a bear or bull market. Now, I know a lot of people bought Zebec up here, and if you bought a huge bag, you're probably up in massive profits. I truly do believe this is one of those projects that can be around for years to come, but we'll continue to monitor this. Now, to keep it all the way 110% with you guys, ZBCN is showing a little bit of weakness on the chart, right? On the weekly time frame. This is the weekly time frame. That doesn't mean it's a bad project. Corrections happen all the time. I think we should start embracing corrections, especially if you have a long-term thesis on this project. I mean, if you really feel like this project is going to, you know, do well in the future, when it all comes down to the final boss, right, which is the Fed and us getting some type of easing and the macro and getting a little bit more healthy where people can feel like they have money to invest. So currently we're not risk on, not yet anyway, but there is a world where we can see this huge influx of capital into cryptocurrency. And I truly believe that Zebec is undervalued here. You can see ADP's net worth is approximately about 122 billion, right? Right now, Zebec is worth 385 million, and they're targeting this niche, the job market, right? The job market, the ability to completely flip, you know, how we get paid, right? And you know, a lot of these financial systems are slow, they're outdated, and Web3 is starting to target some of the biggest sectors, specifically the workforce, right? The payroll workforce. So I think that there's opportunity here with ZBCN. Solana looks extremely strong. It is overbought, but it looks strong, right? And the way that it bounced last night tells me that Solana wants to run if Ethereum runs, right? We will take a look at the ultimate RSI here on Solana. You can see that we're well over it. So yes, Zebec, the reason that you're seeing a little bit of weaknesses in the chart here is because it ran up, right? It was one of those projects when everything was dumping, ZBCN was running, right? And I think that once we get out this little choppy phase, right? At some point, we're going to get out this choppy phase, and we see that stock RSI reset here. In fact, it's getting into oversold levels. We did print a buy signal. I think Zebec continues its rage to the upside. It's probably going to come and retest some of this support, but I'm not at all worried. In fact, if it does come down and retest some of this support, I am going to try to load up on as much as possible in this dip, anticipating that we get an altcoin season at some point in Q4 and Q1 of 2026. And I believe that Zebec will be one of the top altcoin runners within the entire Solana ecosystem as far as the higher caps, right? I'm not talking about the lower caps. Of course, they got massive potential, but they also hold massive risk. I think that this is a solid token, right? When you look at the fundamentals, the team, the utility, the use case, the partnerships, right? They're getting a lot of partnerships with real companies that's trying to integrate their Zebec cards, right? So there you go with revenue generation. They do burns, and they also have a really lit community. The community is thriving. Salute to the ZBCN community. So I bought some more Zebec. I bought some more. Maybe I bought at the top. Who knows? But I can't deny the strength that I personally see with this token, right? So guys, go check out that X space that they did. They just closed in on another partnership. Remember, this project here is still not listed on some of the best tier one exchanges, not yet anyway, right? It is listed on crypto.com. That's actually where I hold mine. But there's other big tier exchanges that this has not been listed in. So this also has the potential to pick up liquidity and capital as it gets listed on other major exchanges. So pay attention to the strength in the market, but also I always look at it like this, right? You got your cryptocurrencies that go crazy in bullish markets, right? But really are bad in bear markets. But then you got those gems, right? Where everything is red. And what I've noticed about Zebec is when everything is red, everything is tough and it's looking like doom and gloom. This has been one of the projects that has been raging to the upside regardless of the state of the market. And so that says a lot. And they have a stronghold on a $1 trillion industry where they don't have much competition within the Web3 space, right? So as this stuff starts to mature and we start to see even more financial systems and things like that upgrade and move into decentralization, I think that Zebec is placed in a very good position to do well, pending that we get in altcoin season, right? We need to get that hype and that euphoria and that FOMO to enter some of these cryptocurrency projects, and the liquidity will enter the projects that's listed on exchanges first and the ones that have real world utility and use case before that liquidity trickle down to some of the more higher risk projects. So bought a little bit more Zebec. Let me know what you're doing with your ZBCN. Would love to know everybody's price prediction on ZBCN. Can this thing go to 1 penny? Can it go to 10 cents? Can it go to 50 cents? Can it go to $1? As I stated before, you can see this, just an example of the market that it is. And the top payroll company, ADP, sits at 122 billion market evaluation. Anyway, let me know what you think about Zebec and how the chart is looking. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next one.